Planning used to terrify me. I worried that I would chain myself to a rigid path, losing the spontaneity and that I really cherished. But ironically, once I gave planning a chance, it paved the way for bigger freedoms and braver moves and a sense of control over your life. Today I'm opening up about that journey, failures, doubts, and how structure truly freed me. When you fear that planning might lock you in a box, think again. I used to think exactly the same. Let's explore how structuring my ambitions not only conquered my anxieties, but unleashed more opportunities than I ever expected. I used to dread writing a plan, imagine it would stifle my freedom or force me into dull routine. I used to cling to the idea that I would want my life to be open to anything, but in reality I couldn't be further from the truth. Without a plan, I mimicked others' paths, ignoring my own instincts, slowly losing the sense of direction. Very soon, that great freedom I was focused on became just a roller coaster of career and life paths that were thrown my way. Instead of making a conscious decision of what I want and where I want to go, I would just go with the flow and see what happens. And that wasn't a freedom, that was a slavery. Going with the flow like this, in fact, takes away your freedom. You give other people the power over what's happening to you. There was a time I realized that what was happening to me was actually what I feared the most while thinking about designing the plan for myself. Deep down, I was worried that if I planned and failed, it would prove I wasn't enough. Only then I've realized that having the plan doesn't restrict your freedom, it protects it. If you set up the right system behind and review it consistently, you're able to navigate and filter the opportunities coming your way through the lens that you put together. It makes sure the choice is yours and you won't just hold on to random opportunities. As a structured person, once I embraced the blueprint for my goals, I felt more relaxed. It was ironically the opposite of being caged. The structure gave me the clarity to choose consciously instead of drifting through life. By clarifying what I truly wanted, for example skipping a master's degree and moving countries, I soared faster. It freed me from drifting. I gained experiences others typically take years to gather, only because I had a plan and had principles that I vowed to follow when it comes to my life. I didn't do what people thought I should do. I did what felt right to me. And of course, I wouldn't be able to plan every step of the way, but that's not what planning is about. Planning is about setting a guideline and the direction, combined with a system to translate it into actionable plans. And once any new opportunity arises, you take a look at that direction and make a decision. Is it aligned or not? Friends and family might question your abrupt moves or refusal to keep following the crowd. That was in my case, but my plan anchored me. I knew these leaps aligned with my bigger vision, so I pressed on. There were times, of course, when I questioned whether they were the right choices, but I never regretted it, as with the time it helped me tremendously to always have that decision filter. In the end, your life is yours, not your parents, teachers, or your bosses, and the sooner you claim ownership over it, the sooner you start truly living it. Each week I would consult the plan, seeing if it was going in the right direction. It made me laser focused, ironically leaving me more time to explore new ideas more spontaneously. But it was always my choice to do so. I wasn't just going with the flow. Sure, I stumbled. Sometimes goals changed or I fell short. Yet, having that framework prevented meltdown. I would pivot, adjust the plan and keep learning. Sometimes I would take more radical shifts, but very often it's my plan and vision for my life that fueled the resilience to keep going when it was really difficult. Finally, planning anxiety lifted once I witnessed how these steps multiplied opportunities. Instead of fear, I felt excitement for the next steps. I realized it most when, for a few years, I dropped the diligence in reviewing my plan and drifted in a direction that I truly regretted. In theory, having more freedom, in reality, I chained myself to the decisions made under the influence of other people. And that's when I jumped right back into my planning routine, and that helped me get back on track. If you're anxious like I was, let me help you test out the feeling of what I mean. Define your one core goal. Ask yourself, in 6 or 12 months, which major milestones do I want to see done? Capture it simply. Map a flexible structure. Sketch an outline. Keep 70% decided and 30% open for new twists. This approach honors both stability and spontaneity of your plan. My usual approach is simple. Plan next 3 months in details and following time only the key building blocks. It allows for clarifying the plan as you go and once you encounter new opportunities or information. Then regularly check in. Don't let your plan gather dust though. Revisit it weekly or at least monthly, adjusting if life changes or new insights arise. This is really the moment when you can make a decision whether to incorporate it into your plan or not. Celebrate freedoms. Each time your plan unlocks a new adventure, like taking a job overseas or spontaneously traveling, realize it was possible because you had that underlying structure, and that really is the true freedom. So don't be afraid to put together the plan for the areas of your life that matter the most to you right now. With the right structure in place, you will very quickly realize that it's not limiting but empowering. You will feel more courage to take on new opportunities because you feel confident that when the time comes, you have the structure to bring it across the finish line. Or not, depending on what you choose to do. It's your life. Go and plan it the way you want before someone else does it for you.